I'm back. And today we're going to make a rum cake. Now, I am making 1, 2, 3 videos. The meat, the bean, and the cake. So we're going to do 3 videos today. You know how I do it, right? So this is the ingredients I have for the rum cake. We're going to use cake flour. With the cake flour, we're going to use 2 1/4 cups of cake flour. We have milk at room temperature, and this is 1/4 cup of milk. We have 3 eggs. I have 2 more eggs to go because we're going to use 3 eggs in there, 1 at a time. And then we're going to add 2 eggs yolks, okay? 2 egg yolks. And they're going to be added in at 1 at a time, okay? We have baking soda. We're only going to use 1/4 cup of baking soda. I'm going to put everything in the front, what's going to go in here, okay? We're using baking powder. And with baking powder, we're only going to use 1½ teaspoon of baking powder. And we're only going to use 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, now with the butter, you need 1 cup, which means it's going to be 2 sticks of butter at room temperature. All right? Make sure it's at room temperature. Sour cream. The sour cream we're going to use 1/3 cup of sour cream at room temperature. Okay? Vanilla extract. The vanilla extract, we only going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay. You need to use a dark color of rum. All right. Now, what you're going to do, this is Bacardi Gold. You can either use Murray's rum or use whatever kind of dark rum that you like. Use that because we're only going to use 1/3 cup of the rum. Okay, 1/3 cup of rum. I tried that Myers rum. That's some expensive rum. I wasn't buying that. And the bottle was big and I couldn't find a little bottle. So I said, forget that. The salt. We're only going to use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay. The sugar. We're only going to use 1 3/4 cups of sugar. And that's all we're going to use. Okay. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. Now, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to start mixing. So, the first thing you're going to do when you're making this rum cake, you're going to have your milk, your sour cream, and your rum. Okay? You're going to do it like this. Then you're going to whisk it together. Just like this here until it's all together. Okay? And then you're going to let it sit so it can get to room temperature. By then, all of that will be ready. But you whisk this here together until the lumps from the sour cream is not there anymore. Because what you don't want those lumps from the sour cream to be there. Your oven is on 350 because it's going to cook on 350 for 50 minutes. And we're going to fix it in this bun. Okay? This pound cake pan. Okay, so all of the lumps are out of here. And I'm going to sit this here on over to the side. Okay? The next thing we're going to do, we're going to have our butter. 1 cup of butter. So it's 2 sticks of these right here, which makes 1 cup of butter. Okay? 2 sticks of these, which makes 1 cup of butter. So this is going in. All right? Now y'all stay with me while I'm doing this here. Everybody stay there with me while I'm doing it, because this is what we do. All right, so then after we do that, then we're gonna put in our sugar. 1 3/4 cups of sugar. That's going in. Okay? Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna mix it up really good. Okay, scrape down your sides. Make sure your sides stay straight. Scrape down good. Okay, okay, after this here is mixed, you do 1 egg at a time. That's 1 egg. Okay, scrape it down. Make sure everything stays scraped down while you're doing it. Okay, then you do 1 more egg. All right, then we do 1 more egg. You can come on, baby. Okay, then we have 1 more egg. Okay, let me scrape this on down in here. Okay, then we have the egg yolk. It takes 2 egg yolks, 3 eggs, 2 egg yolks. You do 1 egg yolk at a time. Okay, now the next egg yolk. Then we take and we do our vanilla extract. That's next. This is going to be mixed up for 5 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes. So let me see what time it is. Let me put my timer on, because this has to go for 5. Okay, I put my timer on. 5 minutes. I put my timer on the oven. Okay? So this on medium. Do it on medium. Mix it on medium. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the flour, the baking soda, the baking powder, and the salt. Okay? I'm going to combine them together right here in this here cake mixture. Okay? I'm going to combine them into here. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do 1/3 of a cup at a time. Okay? Just 1/3 of a cup at a time, and mix it in here. And we're going to alternate it. We're going to mix a little bit of this, then we're going to mix a little bit of that. Okay? And that's how we're going to do it. So, I'm going to maybe 1/3 of a cup of this into here. Okay? And then I'm going to mix that up. Okay, so now we're going to take half of this and put half of the sour cream mixture in here. Just half of it. Okay? That's half of this. So that's going in there. And now I'm going to mix that together. Then we're going to take the rest of the flour mix. We're going to put it in now. Okay? And don't forget to scrape the sides. Okay? Now what we do, we're going to add the rest of this in there. Okay? So the rest of it is going in. it on medium. Okay, now that's finished. All right. Okay, I have my oven on 350. We're going to spray this blunt pad. If you want to take and do yours with flour and grease or butter or whatever, do that. Okay, but I'm going to spray this blunt pan. Okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah. All right, that look good to me. Okay, so now we're gonna put this in there. It looks good. The way it comes out, I haven't tasted it yet to see what it tastes like. But the way it looks, it's so whipped. See, look how whipped it is. It looks good. I like how it looks. I like how it turned out. Just all whipped up really good. That looks good. I washed some dishes today, y'all. I'm not playing. I have washed me some dishes today. Okay, you make sure you go around in there to remove any air bubbles that you may see in there. Go around and move it out, because you don't want the air bubbles in there. But don't scrape it at the bottom, just do the top. And what you're gonna do, you're just gonna even it out where it's even out. Okay, let me taste this. Man, that's good. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take this here, put it in the oven, and let it go ahead on and cook, and I'll be back in 50 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to make the rum glaze for the go on top of the rum cake. Okay, so what I like to do, I like to take my cake out. I like to take my cake out of the pan. Okay, I want to wash this here. Get this here all cleaned up and wash it. Okay, so I have cleaned the pan, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the pan back on it, put it back into the pan, and that's how I'm going to glaze it. Okay, by that time, it'll been a cool down, so make sure you line it back up. Make sure you line it back up and put it back the same way. And when you're checking your pound cake. This is pound cake. So when you're checking it, take it and put it in. Put your straw in like that. Your straw is supposed to come up clean. No cake dough, no nothing on it. Okay? This cooked for 50 minutes. If it has to cook a little longer for you and you still see cake dough on it, then hey, leave it alone. Excuse me. Leave it alone. Okay? Let it go ahead on. Alright, so this is going to sit over there and it's going to cool for 15 minutes. This cake right here is supposed to be kept in the refrigerator. You can keep it up to 5 days only. If you want to take this here and you want to fix it, okay, you want to fix this here, you can take that, make it, refrigerate. You can make it 3 months prior to that time when you get ready and you need it. So what you do, you bake it, make it, wrap it up in that freezing paper or whatever, and put it in one of those freeze bags, and you can keep it up for 3 months only. And then you take it out, put it in the refrigerator, and let it defrost in the refrigerator. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. When you take it from the freezer, you put it in the refrigerator, and it defrosts there in the refrigerator, because this is a refrigerator cake. Rum cake is a refrigerator cake. It goes in there. So what you do, you take and make your glaze, and you put your holes in there, and then you pour your glaze in the holes, let it saturate in for a little bit. Then you take it and you put it on the plate. Then you finish the rest of the glaze and pour it on. Okay? I hope y'all got me, because you're going to see how I'm going to do this here. All right? So, what we're going to do, we're going to poke our holes in. All right? Let me find something to poke it with. Okay? I found me something to poke it with. So, what we're going to do, okay? I want everyone to see this. What we're going to do, you're going to poke you some holes in there. Okay? Poke you some holes in. Because this is where everything is going to come down in it at. So you poke your holes in. And this is your glaze that's going to be in here. Okay? So you got your holes poked in. Alright? Depending on where you want them at. I'll put me some here and here. Go in between where you have them at. And then go back through here. Go in between them. Right in between. You got these started here. So then go in between there and do these. Okay? Just like that. I think we did it. Right here. Right there. Okay, that's there. I think I got enough holes in it. All right. So, we have this. So, let that go ahead and cool. Now, let me tell you what it is going to take for this here rum cake. All right? So, what it's going to take for the rum cake, the rum glaze is what I meant to say. You're going to need you need some heavy whipped cream. Okay? Some heavy cream. That's 1/4 of a cup. 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipped cream. 1/4 of a cup. The Bacardi rum right here, you're going to need 1/4 of a cup. The vanilla extract, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And sugar, you're going to need 1/2 cup of sugar. And you're going to need 1/2 cup of butter. That's 1 stick of butter. Okay? 1/2 cup equals to 1 stick of butter. Now, all this here is going to go in here like this. Everything's going in here. We're going to cook it on the stove. Okay? Everything is going on the stove, and it's going to be cooked on the stove. And we're going to start it off, cook it on medium. And we're going to let it start boiling. I'm going to show you just what it's going to look like. I don't know if you ever made banana pudding from scratch. But you're going to stir this here. You're not going to go off and leave it. You're going to stir it and stir it and stir it till that butter melts and it starts boiling. Okay? And you're going to cook this here on medium heat. Alright? And when this here starts boiling, and let it boil for 2 minutes. And then after that, you take it off. I'm going to show you the way it's going to look when it's boiling. Okay, now this is the way it starts looking when it starts boiling. You're only going to let it boil for 2 minutes. But you're going to continue to stir it and stir it. Because what you don't want it to do, you don't want it to stick. So you're going to stir it and stir it for 2 minutes. You can set your timer on the oven or whatever, but stir it for 2 minutes, okay? Okay, everyone, so I finished my glaze. Now, this is the glaze, and this is how the glaze turned out, okay? And this is what we're going to take, and this is going to go in on top of here, okay, in the holes. So this is the reason why you would take it and put it back into the bundt pan, all right, because everything is just going to stay there. We're just going to make sure that this goes all inside of the hose, okay? We're just going to make sure it goes all inside of the hose, all right? This is why this is done like this, okay? That's why you let this here go ahead on and cool, okay? All right. Now then what you do, you let this here sit for a little while so it can soak into it, okay? So just let it sit. We're going to let it sit. Okay, now I have given it time to soak in. So now I'm going to turn it over just like this, because you have to give it time to soak in, because you don't want what you did to come out, okay? You don't want that to happen. Then what you do, you go back and you glaze it. This is when you come in and glaze. You go back, put all your glaze all on here so it can have it on. And when this here finish all the way, it's going in the refrigerator. You remember what I told you. I'm putting it in the refrigerator, because this is what stays in the refrigerator. But I want to make sure I have enough glaze everywhere, all on this here. Okay. All right then. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut me a slice because I want to taste this here. You know. Okay. So when I got me a sauce, I just want me a little bit of this, because I got to take this here and put this in the refrigerator. Oh my goodness sakes. Oh, it came out. Look how moist it looks. Oh my God. It looks so moist. You know I gotta taste this. Okay. Okay. I put my foot in it. I put my foot in it, and you can too. I'm serious. You can too, because this is good. I gotta take them some of this to work tomorrow. Lord. It's good. It's good. You have to taste it. I mean, not you have to taste it. You know what I meant. You have to fix this here. It is so moist. It is so, so, so good. I'm not playing with you. It's good. Follow the directions, like I told you, and it will come out perfect. I mean, perfect. You'll be a hit. It'll be something for the holidays, too, y'all. Or just because. But potluck, too. That's why I just thought about potluck, too. Anytime. Just do it anytime. And all I want to tell you is, bon appetit, baby.